The Ice Storm event has come to a close, which means the end of farming AI and Fortnite and the return of actual Fortnite. But before you get too excited, wait until you hear what Epic has done with the 7.30 patch that was released yesterday. A brand new explosive was introduced with the update, but don't worry, you Bob the Builders, it's a chiller grenade, which acts similar to the chiller traps, or when you step on the ice in the map, by not only knocking the player back, but also giving them the ice block feat, so that this way they're more slippery than a crime boss that keeps getting away with shit. This, however, wasn't the biggest deal of the update, because 4 different items were sent packing to the vault: the bolt action sniper rifle, burst assault rifle, and heavy shotgun, along with swapping back in the suppressed SMG for the unsilenced version of the SMG, which got sent to the vault. Now, I get that there's way too many higher tier variants of certain weapons that don't act legendary. Like, seriously, we don't need a heavy sniper, bolt action sniper, and silent sniper. Same goes with the heavy AR, SCAR, silent SCAR, and burst rifle, but the choices for vaulting are head scratching. There are now silenced weapons in almost every single weapon category, aside from shotguns and launchers, obviously. So glad that they're making this game more tactical, aka for people that would rather avoid engagements in the most action-packed battle royale game. There are no more epic and legendary variants of the tac shotgun, and no burst ARs at all in the game anymore, but having 3 different types of automatic rifles are necessary. There's some rumors that these items were vaulted in order for Epic to play around with them to better figure out a balance for them, but the variety in the game just took a giant nosedive in the short term here. Rant aside, onto more changes here, as the streamer mode setting has now been replaced with 2 different ones: an anonymous mode that will display anonymous to players that aren't in your squad. However, your account info is presented to Epic when other players use the report feature, so this way hackers or toxic fuck trumpets can't get around using that loophole, as well as a second option: hide other players' names to display other enemies' names as just simply player. This is a better system to combat stream sniping, because there is no fucking reason to have random numbers after the pseudonym to better identify if you're in the correct match or not. Epic should probably get rid of the match instance number from displaying on screen as well, because that's probably the easiest way to figure out if you're in the same game as your favorite adult that behaves like a child for the internet's consumption. The previously teased cozy Campfire updates are not here yet, but there have been some visual updates to better identify when it's in use or burnt out completely, in order to set the stage for the tweaks that I talked about in my previous Fortnite news video. They also increased the materials obtained via floor loot from 20 to 30 and supply drops from 40 to 60, because this game is about building after all. The sneaky snowman that was added in the last update, of course, had some bugs, so fixes were added with this patch. Epic also added mobile Bluetooth controller support for people that rather be antisocial and play games with their device instead of actually interacting with other human beings by talking or, God forbid, even texting. But it's too bad that these players will have a huge advantage on phones with a better input device. Epic should have made these mobile players matchmake with console plebs if they want to try hard on the worst gaming platform currently available, and yes, that's even worse than the VCR. The edit delay fix that was done for the Season 7 patch, then removed in the previous one because of an input delay bug, is now finally back in the game in typical Epic 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards fashion. They've also disabled the replay feature temporarily as they're working to resolve an issue, because it seems that Epic accidentally leaked being able to hear EDM artist Marshmallow's music with an audience cheering that had been leaked as an in-game event in a prior Fortnite news video. More on that later, as lastly in the patch notes, it mentions that the LA Rams and New England Patriots white Super Bowl variant outfits, in a sneaky way to throw shade at the NFL for the Colin Kaepernick controversy, is now available to all current owners of the 4th down set, as well as the set will be coming back for purchase according to a new blog post on Friday, February 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The next day, there will be a free item with the pigskin toy available in the item shop, which is hopefully a ball fumbling around and not an oink oink getting skinned alive and laced up into an egg shape, because that wouldn't be very PG-13 of them. Finally, there will be an upcoming NFL Rumble limited time mode at the newly created with this patch football or hand egg field in Pleasant Park, which is a 20v20 game mode where each team wears one of the respective NFL outfits, but it's unclear as to how exactly this game mode will work. So, about that Marshmallow music heard in the now disabled replay mode, there have been leaks with this poster, animations, and other character models, including the artist himself, pertaining to the one-time event, which will be a concert held on Saturday, February the 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time in Pleasant Park. In addition to the football field, there are trucks on the field, which probably signify a stage being assembled for the Wub Wub Fest that I will be sure to avoid, similar to the AI after completing the challenges with the Ice Storm event. Hopefully this time around it won't make everybody on the map start fucking dancing like drunken idiots like they did with the New Year's event. Even though Week 9 doesn't start until tomorrow, we already have the challenges. However, they aren't separated into the have and have nots at this time of recording, so we're just going to have to make guesses at them. For example, hitting 3 trash bins with an ice puck is probably a challenge for those that do have access to their parents' credit card, because this is an item that's only granted in the paid battle pass, so it makes sense for that task to be only for the haves. Eliminations with shotguns, of which there are now less in the game, but you should be doing this anyways if you're actually playing the game in the right way. Using a sneaky snowman, but it doesn't say if that means wearing it or throwing them down. Eliminating opponents at either Junk Junction, which you should never land in, or Retail Row, where the new Durburger location has just been opened, so aim for the latter and not the former. Dancing at 3 different named locations, completing 3 time trials with the plane, which should make this feel like an Ace Combat or Pilot Wing simulator instead of a Battle Royale game, and finally, a stage challenge of landing at Retail Row, which you can do with the Eliminate Opponents challenge, Frosty Flights, which you can do with the Time Trials challenge, Haunted Hills if you want to avoid conflict like a biatch, Shifty Shafts if you want shitty loot in a giant maze, and finally Dusty Divot, the shell of its former self. There's also more challenges included in the leaks involving a golden balloon, but that's probably something to be added in next week's patch, so it must be a week 10 challenge. Complete all of the challenges and you'll get this loading screen here that shows the back of the ice prisoner finally freed from his cell, as well as the week 10 loading screen was leaked, shown here with the prisoner sitting next to a cozy campfire, but you'll notice the lack of snow in this shot as it's already being melted around the map in the actual game, so I'm assuming by next week all of the snow will be gone. There's also a full progression of that prisoner skin that has also been data mined, with the final stage being the lock over the face that matches the in-game character, which had been thawed out in the dungeon of Polar Peaks Castle with the patch update. The other stages of the skin look eerily similar to another in-game character with Thanos, who had been cooled off and thrown in chains, so could they be a return for the most famous snapper in comic book history? Just like a Billy Mays commercial, but wait, there's more in leaked cosmetics with the 7.30 patches. We see the Honor Guard, which was previously teased as an upcoming exclusive for a new mobile phone, the Kit Bash robot sporting a left-hand magnet prompting a Juggalo's mind to explode somewhere, how do those work, and Sparkplug, which should get the motor running of sad incels that are somehow aroused by drawings and pixels. For pickaxes, there's Cold-Hearted, Frozen Beak, and Squid Striker, because even though shit is thawing, apparently cosmetics are going in the opposite direction, and the Marshy Smasher, which is a definite nod to the upcoming Marshmallow DJ event. For back blings, there's Padlock, which definitely goes with the Snowfall Prisoner, Trash Lid so that teammates can properly identify you as garbage at the game, and Scrappy that looks like a dog but won't be a pet that goes with Kit Bash. For emotes, there's a lot that pay homage to the leaked event with Glow Sticks, Keep It Mellow, and Marshwalk, along with Bobbin, not just for sewing machines, and Air Horn, the only types of acceptable remixes. Fuck your dubstep. There's one glider here with extra cheese that looks like a prolapsed asshole of someone that eats Papa John's or some other shitty chain pizza. And frozen feathers that probably goes along with that frozen beak pickaxe. Lastly, in data mine patch items is a golden clouds wrap that reminds me of Monty Python intro sequences. Another leaked skin came in the form of a Fortnite user survey that shows a cartoony rhino type skin that users are asked to rate its rarity, but it's too bad that absolute shite isn't an option. Lastly, in leak outfits, there have been some more leaks for founders, aka people that actually spent money on the most grindy of horde modes out there with the Save the World portion of the game that will be going free to play sometime in 2019 after it being delayed from a 2018 target. These new cosmetics are a glider that Epic was too cheap to afford a camo pattern on the entire top of, and a harvesting tool with ends that look like someone first learned how to gradient in Photoshop, going from pink to white. Lastly, in news, the previously leaked Cobalt Pack with the skin and reinforced back bling has replaced the Summit Striker Pack, available for $5 that also comes with 600 V-Bucks, and I wish I would have picked up the previous pack if I knew I was going to spend more money on V-Bucks, because this skin is as ugly as a former Chevy car that shares the same name. Anyways, what do you think about the 4 vaulted items, the leaked event, and cosmetics? Let me know down below. I've been the Swans27, off like the bug spray. Until next time.